Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play the Pillars of the Earth. We are currently trying to prove Philip is innocent of being the father of oh, what's his name? Oh, again, I am terrible with names, but do you know what's happening?
Jack's father. If he was still with us, he could be our witness.
Jonathan, that was it. Jonathan.
Maybe he still can.
Oh, whoops.
Mother says Waleran was behind my father's death.
And she said he wasn't alone. There were 3 men responsible for your father's death. Bishop Waleran, Percy Hamley, back then he was the Sheriff of Shiring, and Prior James of Kingsbridge.
If they were all there, then they were all witnesses.
And only Waleran's still alive.
Hardly a coincidence. Why would these 3 men work together to falsely accuse your father?
He was on the White Ship. No one survived that night. No one lived to tell the story.
Yes. He was the sole survivor.
And then they killed him. But why?
Sank in autumn of 1120. They say no one survived, but Jack's father survived.
And what about the ship?
Percy Hamley, Bishop Waleran, Prior James.
My father wanted to go to England. He was the only one who made it when the White Ship sank.
Why would Waleran, Percy, and James be concerned about the White Ship?
The son and heir of King Henry was on board. So were other possible heirs and other members of the royal household. I heard that Stephen was supposed to be on the ship as well, but became ill. He was the only male heir. The only threats were the king's daughter Maud and her half-brother Earl Robert, and they've been at war ever since.
And your father, Earl Bartholomew. He was a threat. He tried to stop Stephen and paid for that with his life. Maybe my father saw something on the White Ship. Proof that Stephen was involved.
Interesting. So let's connect Jack's father with King Stephen. Well, first let's look at this. Bishop Henry's father took this one because King Henry had no male heir, has now made peace with Maud's son. And let's look at the others. I haven't looked at him. Was a jongleur. His parents thought he died on the White Ship. Was then hanged in Shiring as a thief. Took Earl's Castle and arrested Bartholomew. Was poisoned. Father of William Hamley. Wants to see Philip burn. Is behind the death of so many. Made sure to leave almost no traces. Was prior of Kingsbridge before Philip. He died in the fire. Thought Jack was his father haunting him.
If Stephen was responsible for the sinking of the White Ship, then he may have wanted the only witness of what really happened to disappear.
But he wouldn't have done it himself, of course.
No.
Okay. So King Stephen.
What about the king?
If the White Ship is involved, then it's likely that Waleran was told by King Stephen to murder your father.
But he was not king back then. Why would Waleran listen to him?
He was promised to become bishop.
Of course.
Remember, Bishop Henry is Stephen's brother, and back then he was already one of the most influential clerics in all of England.
But if Bishop Henry is in on all this, what chance do we have to turn this trial around?
It is a public trial. All we want is for Philip to go free. We find a witness to expose Waleran. Henry would have to play along to appear innocent.
Are you sure that's a good idea?
It's our best shot.
Okay, and how about with Percy?
Do you think Stephen would have approached Percy directly?
Because of the White Ship? To help him cover up his tracks?
I don't think so. I think it's more likely that Waleran contacted Percy. Just like he did when he wanted Percy to arrest my father.
And how about Prior James?
Do you think the king told James to arrest my father?
No. I find it much more likely that James was instructed to frame your father by Waleran, his superior. As Archdeacon, Waleran was much more involved in politics than James would have been.
Okay, so let's connect
Bishop Waleran is at the center of all this.
Let's connect him with Percy.
Percy Hamley was poisoned,
One less witness that knew about Waleran.
and Waleran probably wanted William to become Earl. He was easier to control than his father.
What about Regan Hamley? She survived.
She was taken to her townhouse in Winchester, and in her condition, she might not be able to help at all.
Okay, how about Bishop Waleran with Prior
So,
James?
what about Prior James and Waleran?
Waleran was not yet bishop when the hanging took place. He was archdeacon. Philip told me.
But James still had to do what Waleran told him to?
I think that's very likely.
So what are we missing?
Stephen always claimed that it had been God's will that he was not on that ship. That he remained as the only male heir.
That wasn't God. I bet Stephen had a hand in the sinking of the ship.
Now imagine what would have happened if he had learned that someone survived. Someone who might have seen what really happened that night.
Aha.
If the king is behind all this, what chance do we have to stop Waleran and save Philip?
We must do our best.
Okay, so what am I missing here?
Now, what about Prior James? How are Prior James and Percy Hamley connected?
Not at all, I would guess.
Except through Bishop Waleran.
Yes. He needed James to arrest my father and Percy Hamley to hang him.
Now both of them are dead. That can't be a coincidence.
No, indeed.
James was the prior of Kingsbridge.
That's where they say your father stole the chalice, melted it and sold it.
But we know that's not true.
As we found it, Philip recognized the chalice.
But Bishop Henry wants a witness. The chalice isn't enough.
But it's an important lead for us.
Alright. A golden cup, gem encrusted. They say it was melted down and sold.
I think we're getting closer.
Percy did not hide the chalice.
He did.
James claimed that your father had stolen the chalice and sold it. But instead, James himself hid it in Kingsbridge, in the crypt.
We found his scourge in a bed down there.
That secret chamber is important.
Reason for the crack in the eastern wall. Chalice was hidden there, found it only a few days ago.
We're close.
Everyone thought Prior James was dead, that he broke into the ice. And now we know he was hidden away.
Why did his monks believe he was dead?
Sub-Prior Remigius told everyone he had found James' rosary by the river. So everyone thought the body had been washed away. They buried an empty casket.
But how is Remigius involved?
Philip told me that Remigius was there when Waleran made Philip prior. Waleran and Remigius knew each other.
That explains why Waleran later made Remigius prior of Shiring.
And Remigius recognized my mother when we arrived in Kingsbridge. He must have been there at the time my father was arrested. I think Remigius knows all about this.
Oh yeah.
Is it possible that Waleran told Remigius to make Prior James disappear when James began to talk about what they'd done?
When James started talking to the devil.
But for some reason, Remigius hid him away. But Waleran never knew. Yes, that explains why he really didn't believe you. When you said you had seen James in the fire.
Where James died after all. And Remigius thought no one knew.
We have to find Remigius. He's our witness.
Let's hurry. It's getting dark already.
But will
The trial will continue soon.
Will he cooperate?
People know you two. You shouldn't walk around shiring like that.
He's right.
I'll go look for him.
All right. Take care of yourself. And Jonathan,
Yes?
we will talk later about what was said today. About Tom.
All right. Remigius. Now where are you?
Oh, we're playing as Jonathan now. That's interesting. Remigius is our witness. Where is he? Let's see. Massive people at Shiring Cathedral. Old-fashioned cathedral. So many people came to the trial. For most of them, it's just a show. They're already building the pyre. Need to hurry. Oh. Yeah, let's go over here.
Do you want to go in, Father?
No, not yet. Thank you.
Are you not with Prior Philip?
Yes, I am.
I pray they'll set him free.
He's a good man.
He is a heretic!
Shut up.
You're fools! Look at yourselves! Who are you to judge a man who has never hurt anyone?
Forgive them, Father.
We don't judge him, but God will!
True enough. But you are judging him, I'm just saying. Okay, so let's see. We have Bishop's Palace. Oh, Waylaren's Palace. Philip told me how he first met Waylaren. The winter I was born. No one here, everyone went to Cathedral. But we're gonna check it out anyway for some reason.
Remigius? I don't think he's here.
Or is he? Actually, that looks like...
Wait, was that him?
Maybe. I did say it looks like a female, but that's a
I think
monk
I
for
saw
her.
him.
Did we just walk in there? Door seems to be open. Let's go find him. We need that witness. Need to save Philip.
Hello? The door's open. Is anyone there?
You had one task. By God! No! Our bishop is very
Oh, hey.
displeased.
No! What are you doing?
I'm doing what is asked of me.
Yeah, we need
Stop
to
it!
stop this.
No! Stay away! This does not concern you! No!
Who told you to do this?
No one!
Why did he do this to you?
I will tell you. I will tell everyone.
Oh, thank goodness.
Do you have a witness?
Father Remigius, Prior of Shiring.
Why is her text still not showing up? I don't get it.
Where is Timothy? What they told you is true.
Bishop Waleran wanted the jongleur Jacques Cherbourg dead. He ordered our Prior James to frame him. And so he did.
This is a lie!
Is it?
James lost his mind because of what he did for you. He was about to tell everyone the truth. And then you ordered me to kill him.
Nonsense!
Let him speak.
I couldn't do it. I hit him, but he died in the fire. Jack saw him. It was him. I found the bones after the fire, and I buried them.
You should put an end to this, Henry. You really should.
Why would I?
You should stop this, for your own sake. You knew about all this.
Why would I care if that jongleur lived or died?
Your brother cared. The jongleur survived the sinking of the White Ship. He saw how your brother's men killed the king's family so that he could take the throne.
This is preposterous!
Bishop Henry and King Stephen ordered us to kill the man. You want the truth? That's the truth. Right there.
It is not. Waleran is a liar.
Regan Hamley. Who is she?
I have waited long enough for this day. It is time I raise my voice. The woman, Ellen, she spoke the truth. 3 men were responsible for the death of the jongleur. James, the Prior of Kingsbridge. The Sheriff, my husband, Percy Hamley. But it was Waleran who was behind it. And only Waleran.
No!
He had heard rumors about the White Ship, about our king. He had hoped to win the king's favor by hanging an innocent man.
But it was not just me. They all knew.
Take him away.
This is for taking my husband's life.
It was Waleran.
Oh, we did it! It's over!
Yes, it's over.
Thank you, Lady Hamley.
This monk must learn his lesson.
The Pope would agree. This trial is not over. Philip pleaded not guilty, but he challenged the teachings and the authority of the Church. The ordeal of fire will take place. To show that the Church is not above God. To show that my brother, the King of the English, is not above God. Not we, but God shall judge this man.
This is madness!
No! He can't do this!
Philip! No! You cannot do this!
This is now a matter of the Church, Lady Aliena. My brother, the King, and I accepted the traitor Waleran into our midst. We were fools and sinners, even if we did not know. I pray that our Lord will save Philip from these flames. For his salvation shall be a salvation for all of us sinners.
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us
Light
this
the
day
pyre!
our daily bread.
My God, there must be something we can do!
Stop this madness!
Bishop Wayland was brought to justice. Philip did not admit to heresy. Francis is alive. Because of Philip, he was arrested by Wayland in 1136. You managed to clear the name of Jack's father. Aliena forgave Philip for causing a family's downfall. Finally, Jonathan learned who his parents were. Philip was ordered to be burned alive. Chapter 21. Epilogue. So we are at the end. What became of Philip? Was he saved? And what becomes the rest of our heroes of Kingsbridge? Find out in the finale of Let's Play the Pillars of the Earth. Thank you for watching and have a good day.